Anselm's Monologium on the Being of God. Chapter 19. In what sense nothing existed before or will exist after this being. But here we are again confronted by the term nothing, and whatever our reasoning thus far, with the concordant attestation of truth and necessity, has concluded nothing to be. For if the proposition duly set forth above have been confirmed by the fortification of logically necessary truth, not anything existed before the Supreme Being, nor will anything exist after it. Hence, nothing existed before, and nothing will exist after it. For either something or nothing must have preceded it, and either something or nothing must be destined to follow it. But he who says that nothing existed before it appears to make the statement that there was before it a time when nothing existed, and that there will be after it a time when nothing will exist. Therefore, when nothing existed, that being did not exist, and when nothing shall exist, that being will not exist. How is it then that is that it does not take inception from nothing, or how is it that it will not come to nothing? If that being did not yet exist, when nothing already existed, and the same being shall no longer exist, when nothing shall still exist, or what a file is vaguely a mass of arguments, if this nothing so easily demolishes the structure. For if it is established that the Supreme Being succeeds nothing which precedes it, and yield its place to nothing which follows it, whatever has been posited as true above is necessarily unsettled by empty nothing. There's nothing to be resisted, lest so many structures of coherent reasoning be stormed by nothing, and the supreme good, which has been sought and found by the light of truth, be lost for nothing. Let it rather be declared that, that nothing did not exist before the Supreme Being, and that nothing will not exist after it, rather than that when a place is given before or after it to nothing, that being which through itself brought into existence what was nothing should be reduced to nothing. For this one assertion, namely, that nothing existed before the Supreme Being, carries two meanings. For one sense of this statement is that before the Supreme Being there was a time when nothing was. But another understanding of the same statement is that before before the Supreme Being not anything existed, just as supposing I should say, nothing has taught me to fly. I could explain this assertion either in this way, that nothing as an entity in itself, which signifies to not anything, has taught me actually to fly, which would be false, or in this way, that nothing has taught me to fly, which would be true. The former interpretation, therefore, which is followed by the inconsistency discussed above, is rejected by all reasoning as false. But there remains the other interpretation which unites in perfect consistency with the foregoing arguments, and which, from the force of their whole correlation, must be true. Hence, the statement that nothing existed before that being must be received in the latter sense. Nor should it be so explained that it shall be understood that there was any time when that being did not exist and nothing did exist, but so that it shall be understood that before that being there was not anything. The same sort of double signification is found in the statement that nothing will exist after that being. If then this interpretation of the term nothing that has been given is carefully analyzed, most truly neither something nor nothing preceded or will follow the Supreme Being, and the conclusion is reached that nothing existed before or will exist after it. Yet the solidity of the truths already established is in no wise impaired by the emptiness of nothing.